Hello, all. What's going on? Welcome to the Three Black Heathen Show election night coverage. Up on the board, we got the map. It's me and Drag right here. Imp will be here soon. Say what's up to the people, Drag.
What's going on, folks? What's going on? Everybody's chilling out, worrying about what's going on. I know here in Texas, it's supposed to be a tight race between Mr. Beto and then Mr. Zodiac Killer. I don't remember his name.
Didn't his father have something to do with like the Kennedy assassination or some shit like that?
I think so. I think that's kind of where people first started making that connection. I mean, he does kind of somewhat, resemble the Zodiac Killer, but I think that's where folks kind of like, there's something going on here. But that stuck with him. Like that has not left him at all.
Well, first, let's look at what's going on in Texas right now. Beto O'Rourke is leading Ted Cruz, 51% to 47%. Nice little healthy lead though. So
Yeah. Still early. Still early though.
yeah, and there's a lot of red in there that needs to be filled in, but it looks like he got a nice little healthy lead. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Just in my own neighborhood, there's actually, and I live in kind of one of the more, I would say, prosperous
white
neighborhoods.
neighborhood, you could say it. You
Yeah.
live in a white neighborhood. Fucking
That's
sell
exactly the
out.
fuck I live. But I mean, there's quite a few people. I would say though, it's probably 3 to 1. Like there's probably 3 to 1 Ted Cruz to
Wow,
work. So yeah, yeah. I mean, but that's just signs. Not everyone wants to broadcast, their political affiliation. So it is
that's
what it
true.
is.
Well, this would be a pickup for Democrats. This would be nice. But what about this Florida stuff? Rick Scott, the Republicans are leading both the Senate and the governor's race. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm not too surprised. Like I know Texas was going to be a battleground, especially during the Trump and Clinton election. I was surprised when it came to Texas, but Florida, I was like, Florida has a long way to go before they. But I mean, who's running over there? Gilliam, I think it
Gillum.
is.
Yeah.
Gillum, yeah, I don't know. I said Gilliam. So Gillum, yeah, he's like a pretty sharp dude. I haven't looked too much into him because I'm too much invested in what's going on here in Texas, but
Yeah.
it may be a little bit too soon for him to come in. So I don't know. I'm not gonna
Well,
hold my breath on Florida.
well, let's see how the Florida and governor's house, but they're both leaning red right now. Florida, Ron DeSantis is up, either 49.9 to 48.8. So it looks like Andrew Gillum may not make it. Looks like a lot of votes he got to make up.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
here's the
It's probably
Georgia race. Look at Kemp. Kemp is like really destroying it right now.
yeah. There's supposed to be. I just read something where there's a temporary restraining order being placed on the governor there, something or something or other,
Damn.
having to do with because so if and I skimmed over it as I was heading to the store. If there is any malfeasance going on with any voting or anything, he presides over like most of the institutions that would like investigate it. So if there's cheating in his favor, well, it's kind of like, well, he's not really inclined to to do his due diligence. Not to say that he wouldn't now. Now that's not at all to say that that dude has any less integrity than
Mm-hmm.
his opponent. But it just rubs people the wrong way that you can be your own judge over something that involves you, especially if it comes to your office. So
He's got a conflict of interest. That's true.
yeah, and
Well, right.
he has said that he won't recuse himself if that scenario does arise. So that's a little ominous.
Well, right now, there's only 25% of the vote, so it's real early. They had Oprah come out there and make it happen. So this is not, it's still very early. So we'll see. But the Florida stuff, it looks like Florida's done. Florida's gone ruby red on us because
Yeah,
both
yeah,
both both the senator and the governor's race is about to go red in Florida. So
yeah. I would genuinely be surprised if the good old solid South actually sees some blue. I would be genuinely surprised.
yeah, that would be surprising. Well, and let's see, and really the governor's races are pretty much shaping out to where you expected. You got some light blue. Texas is going to be red. Yeah, there's no real surprises here. So, but
I
now,
don't know.
in this Senate, Republicans are making it happen right now. Wait till this page loads. But yeah, the Senate. Don't forget the Democrats. This is a bad year for the Democrats. This is Beto O'Rourke. He's still making it happen in Texas, but Florida, Florida looks like it's a done deal too.
Yeah, I don't know. Beto has some. So if for everyone who's probably, I would say, even like up to 40 and under, it seems like they're for Beto O'Rourke. He is kind of a no nonsense type of dude. I think, if it does come down to the wire with Mr. Zodiac Killer, is because he has shafted some folks, and there's just so many stories kind of coming out. You see here, there's little anecdotes where people are being, affected by the hurricane Harvey recently, and they're trying to get in contact with this dude, like talk about recovery, because that right now, the climate in Texas is, this is Texas, a better Texas. There's all types of slogans. We are strong. We are Texas. All that kind of stuff is, Texans helping Texans. And so if you can't count on your senator to be, with that message as well, then, that doesn't bode very well. And that's rubbing, especially a lot of younger folks, the wrong way. And it's not folks like looking for handouts and shit like that. It is, well, if you are here and you see your neighbor in trouble, would you help your neighbor? And a prime example of my instructor for cell culture, he was telling us that he spent most of his time out of class, rolling up his sleeves and helping people down the street from him who were affected by the hurricane. Now, this man's a PhD in biology, in a field that I won't name in particular, but this man is worked at Harvard. Like, he is a very well-educated man, and he can get down and dirty with everybody else and help them, and takes pride in that. Like, that's something that he resembles. He exemplifies that good old Texas spirit. But you don't really see that in Ted Cruz, because he likes to do his own thing. But it's,
well, Texas. I thought Texas. Texas back in the day used to be one of those states where you can go and you got that southern charm, but you got to watch what you say in Texas, because you say the wrong thing, you might, find your ass laid out on the floor.
Yes.
Texas is one of those type of grown man states. You know what I'm saying? Things became bigger in Texas, and I think
it's still like that too. It's still like that.
And I think Ted Cruz, this is still it's a problem when the guy says your wife is ugly and your father is a murderer and traitor to the country and trying to assassinate the president. For you to go kiss his ass, it's a tough pill for a lot of these ruby red Republicans to swallow in Texas. That's why I think Beto O'Rourke is doing a good job.
I really don't know, man, how they looked this dude in the face after that. Like, you say some shit like that to me, we enemies, man. We're not friends no more. We're not cool. We're not cool people. I'm not gonna sit here and come to your barbecue and look you in the face.
Like, yeah, remember that time I said your wife looked like a fucking dog? I was just joking.
Man, that's just politics, man. That's politics.
Yeah,
I said, no, man, no. We stick to the facts. You say, if you don't like my policy, talk about my policy. You talk about my wife and shit. Like, bro, they're fighting words. So, I mean, there's somebody who who took those tweets and shit like that, and they put them up on big ass billboard. I think they put them up in Austin. It was Austin or Dallas, one of them. I'll probably get a text message in a minute that corrected me, but they put them up in one of the upper cities up there, just to remind folks, like, Ted Cruz kowtowed to this dude even after all that. And I was like, wow.
Like, don't get me wrong, you can call my wife ugly, you call my father, like, this is something, yes, it's got to be a tough pill to swallow, but it is what it is. He said he's doing it for the people, so the Canadian Ted Cruz. Let's look at how the House is doing. All right, Democrats, gained. If it's a 2-seat gain, but right now it doesn't look like it's too promising. This blue wave is looking like a lot of red out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's about to be red tide.
Yeah, blue wave. The wall is up. I'm looking at nothing but ruby red walls right here.
Shit. Yeah, people's hopes up now, man. You better, you better make sure you're looking at the right shit.
But Trump is out there, make campaigning like a motherfucker. He wasn't trying to, pull no punches. He was just, he was out there. He was like, yo. Yeah. So, I think he did something like 30 rallies in a month or something like that. So he been out there. 2 a day.
Well, that's the thing though. Like, people who were his opponents, like, just like, Ted Cruz, like, he owes those folks for turning around and going, oh, I know you were just playing. And so when it's time for them to, keep their positions, he knows better. I think even, as crazy as people may think he is, Trump is not stupid. He knows that the reason why he has a solid base is where it is because he has their support.
Yes. Yes. Now you know the drag. Oh, my bad.
Hmm?
No. It's my system. It like lagged for a second. It's
Oh,
like
yeah, oh, wow.
it's like I saw your mouth still talking, and you weren't still talking. I was like, "What the hell just happened?"
Man, it's probably my computer because my shit's freezing up
No,
right
no,
now.
no. It was your video came in like mad for me though only. Your video came in mad late after your audio. I think the
Oh,
sound card's gonna be messing up. But one thing though, they've been talking about the blue wave. And all
blue wave.
I've been hearing about this blue wave. What do you think stopped the blue wave? Because right now it's not looking like a wave. It's looking like a
What stopped it?
it's looking like a
Reality.
flush right now.
It's reality. Like, okay, you know what? I would so okay, cool. You know, I typically vote Democrat, right? And I have no problem telling folks that. But if you're looking at some incumbents who like Ted Cruz, he hits the high points in Texas that have been a foundation,
Hmm.
like stuff that George Bush campaigned on.
Hmm.
And I'm trying to think of something really, really specific. So being tough on crime and
Hmm.
tough on, bullshit. Uh, Bush, for instance, was like, well, he put up these big ass billboards that if you don't pay your child support, you're not gonna get your car renewed, like for your registration.
Oh wow.
Nope, nope, nope. But then how are you gonna go to work with no car registration and pay the child support anyway? So, but
Yeah, that's fucked up.
that perception is being tough on crime and tough on people who don't take care of their business. That's what wins here. That's what, especially the older generation, they believe that that's something that makes them better than another state. That's what makes Texas bigger and better than everybody else. But that type of mindset's being challenged. Don't get me wrong. People are starting to think more critically about some of these little silly things, but the assumption that because there are more younger folks who are a bit better at parsing out some of these old lines, that these platitudes that are out there, that doesn't mean that these folks are actually going out and voting. Some of them are, yes, absolutely, but some of us didn't pay our registration and have not been registered in Texas, so that's on me. But at the same time, there are still plenty of folks here, plenty of younger folks too, who are like, these are the foundations of Texas. And if you are not hard on topics A, B, and C, they're not single issue voters. They're fucking, tri-issue voters. And if
Hmm.
you're not
Hmm.
with
Hmm.
that, they're not going to vote for you, even if they are socially progressive. That's the thing. Even if they are socially progressive, they don't think there should be a whole hoo-ha about who gets married unless they're consenting adults. They're not going to make a big deal out of that. But the big four, the big five, if you're not hitting them, you're not getting it.
Well, wow. This is strange. Look at Illinois. Oh no, Illinois was flipped. It's Democrat now in the governor's race.
It was red earlier, huh?
No, it was a flip. It was a flip. It's because Democrats are +1 to get gained for governor seats. But this Florida one looks like it's going to be a tough loss. Andrew Gillum, but there's still a big percentage of the vote. It's 84% of the vote counted. So we're going to see, but that doesn't look good for Andrew Gillum.
Yeah, he's behind. Oh
And
well.
Georgia governor race, it's starting to come up though. She's starting to pull up. But we're still at 25% of the vote for a long time here in Georgia. What's going on?
Hey man, look.
They're not counting the
Wait,
voters up in there.
only 25 have been counted. Only
25%.
25%. Only
But
25% have been counted, man.
but every time we check it, it's 25%.
Look, man, it's Georgia. Counting ain't their thing, man. We already know that. That's not. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Georgia ain't known for the mathematicians. I'm just saying. You don't hear about mathematicians coming out of Atlanta. Just throwing. Hey, Imp, I'm sorry, my man, but y'all ain't got it like that. See, y'all
Well,
started going down here ever since Freaknik stopped.
Oh yeah. Oh, Freaknik was so great. Damn, the Florida's Senate race is tightened up though, but still 7% of the vote got to come in, so it's going to be interesting. The Senate race still going to be tight. My man he's widening his lead a little bit. Let me look at Texas. Look at Texas. He's widening his lead a little bit.
I'm looking at the feed, man. It's the feed's behind, so I'm trying to, because my screen, you still in Florida.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Now you just went over there. Oh wow, he's at 50.7, and then Where's fucking Zodiac
40,
Killer?
40, 48.3.
Look around Houston. Houston. Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Zoom in on my home. Let me dox myself some more. Zoom in.
No, I can't. That's as much as we can zoom in on
That's
that.
what's so from what I see, that little gray area down there,
Mm-hmm.
in the bottom, that like the southeast side, that's where I live.
Oh,
So yeah, so
nothing's come in
that's
yet.
yeah, slow as hell. Yeah, that's over toward Baytown too, where
That's because you got
actually
black people living out there.
yeah, but yeah, oh right, that yeah, where you got right there, that's where I live. So
Wow.
I don't know what's going on. It's probably gonna be blue. I'll tell you that right now. Probably gonna be blue.
Wow.
Uh, there are a lot of college students around here, so it might. I don't know. Might.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be a long night in Texas because blue Texas, something you ain't really see. We ain't seen in a while. West Virginia, they actually called this race for Joe Manchin, so he's already won this. So you do have this like little blue northeast thing going on. Ohio's blue, like you got all this blue up here, but it's really down here that you're looking to turn something blue. And this Florida blue, this Florida red is getting deeper red every hour. More votes coming in, that gets redder and redder. Tennessee,
Yeah.
they called for a Republican. Look at this Tennessee. Tennessee wasn't even close. Taylor Swift's endorsement wasn't worth shit.
Like nope. Mm-mm.
Keep singing songs. This is big though. This one, Joe Donnelly, he was an incumbent Democrat. They've just called the race for the Republican, and it wasn't even close. Like this wasn't even a close race.
He was
He
doing
got
bad.
beat down. There had to be something else. Like these people really love Trump like that. But that's a loss for the Democrats right there.
I don't know, man. There's some crazy stuff that sometimes you don't hear about. Like I'm trying to. Oh, whoa. For instance, there's a little flyer that just went out. I just got it in the mail. Let me find it too, because I was like, oh, here's a piece of propaganda. Oh, here we go. But I read it and I was like, man, after reading this, I don't know who this dude is, but I sure as I ain't voting for him. Like, but that's the thing. I knew it was propaganda. I knew like as soon as I picked it up and I seen the dude's name and his face and there's like some type of dossier on this dude, all the photos and stuff, and there's witness victim testimony. I was like, oh my god.
Oh man.
So this is Adrian Garcia, and it's a Photoshop clip from a newspaper here in Texas. Adrian Garcia hires a friend with a history of sexual assault, or excuse me, sexual harassment. My bad. And on the back it's from the Houston Chronicle now, and it's sexual harassment scandal and walking off the job. We can't trust Adrian Garcia. And on the side it says Adrian Garcia claims he's one of the good guys, but he's shown we can't trust him to do the right thing. Adrian Garcia put his friend with a documented history of sexual harassment in charge of investigating sexual harassment claims. Within weeks, his pick was harassing and bullying women again. And it gives you like the date of the Houston Chronicle like newspaper that this was in, because they're quoting it. And then Adrian Garcia claims he's been serving us, but he walked off every elected job he's held to pursue his own political ambition. So I'm like, man, this is clearly a hit job. But at the same time, that I don't, whether it's incompetence or whether he's just fucking an idiot, I don't know what it is, but that don't rub me the right way. So I don't know what he's running for, but if I was voting, I remember this shit. So it's effective. I'm guessing maybe Donnelly had some of these flyers go out against him, and people were like, nope, not today.
Wow.
Is he a police? I guess he's a police chief.
Donnelly?
Yeah, no, well, this dude, Adrian Garcia.
I'm looking at these House races. They say right now it's a 50-50 chance that the Democrats take the House. So if the Democrats don't take the House and they lose on the Senate, what does that say about the Democratic Party? Is the Democratic Party the one that's a dead party?
Maybe, man. I mean, that's some people are just kind of tired of them just sitting in there and just saying, well, we're here to make progress. We're here to fight against the racist Republicans. Well, what are you doing exactly? If you're out here against them, are you taking money from special interest groups and same stuff they're doing? Okay. Are you actually working with your constituents to improve their quality of life. Stopping um, certain measures like stop and frisk in New York. What who is the governor to crack down on that? Because he was a Democrat. I think he has some black kids, doesn't he?
No, it's the mayor. It's mayor. It's
The mayor, I was a
Bill de
mayor, my
Blasio.
yeah. So yeah, like shit like that, you can attest to, like, I'm actually doing something. But some of these cats are just saying, well, I'm just here. I'm better than a Republican. But it's like, no, man, you're here, but are you doing anything?
What is it like? Damn, why is this thing won't stop? All right, I gotta fix this somehow. Maybe I have to scroll up a little bit more. There we go. Because when I scroll over the state to show the numbers, it keeps flickering off and on. So it's like,
Oh
what
yes.
happened? But now it stays up.
Oh,
So I'm going back to the Senate races
Rick
to
Scott.
see what's going on in the Senate. I think that was just the Senate races too. All right. So now we got some more Senate races in.
Okay, that's pretty close over in Florida.
Florida's tight, yeah. Florida's tight. But I think it's going red though. Missouri too. Claire McCaskill jumped out to an early lead. This was supposed to be going. This is supposed to be going red. She's got a nice healthy lead out there. Only 1% of the vote reported though, so we'll see how that turns out. Texas, Beto O'Rourke has got a little bigger lead, but Cruz is catching up, and that red is filling in. A lot more of that red needs to come in. So it seems like people will rather have him win than have the Florida seat, but it's going to be interesting. Michigan is very tight too. Look at that, 3,000 votes separate the Republican and Democrat. But let's see if Detroit is in. Nah, look at that, like 1% of the vote. But Detroit, yeah. That's yeah. These are the population. Ann Arbor, Michigan. Look out, yeah. These no 0% of the vote. Yeah. You got to get those urban centers. That's where Michigan comes in. So that's going to be another long night. But it's funny because all the polls were they wrong again? Were the polls wrong again?
Let's we got a comparison. Got something to compare it to, so we can see.
No. I don't have any comparison to the polls, but let me see. No, because they don't have anything like that.
Is that green up there in Vermont? They actually went green?
Yeah, I don't know what the green stands for. Let's look at what's going on. Are you talking about? Well, that's Bernie Sanders in Vermont. But this is in Maine. August King is an independent, beating both the Democrat and Republican early on by a huge margin too.
Crazy.
So what do you think about? So if the Democrats don't do well, let's say they don't get the House, what happens to the Democratic Party? Do they need new leadership? What is the problem?
It's hard for me to say. I would have to see who like that, was it the Chris Donnelly guy? I would have to see like what's going on. Like, he was the incumbent. Why were people dissatisfied with him? Why exactly were this like that? Because that was a huge loss. Like, that wasn't even close. Why did that happen? It had to be. Maybe it's something like this. But as far as the Democrats, in total, maybe people just feel as though they're just ineffective. Like that's my only guess, because for me, I'm not seeing a lot of anything other. Like, I don't really hear a lot from them, other than maybe a month or two before it's election time, when I start hearing more about Mr. Cory Booker. I start hearing him bark a little louder. But other than that, I don't hear shit about him.
Yeah, Imp loves Cory Booker.
Yeah, I appreciate the brother trying to go out there and do anything, but I've noticed that I really don't hear from him up until a month or two before it's election time. So, but maybe I'm just not in that state. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. Cory Booker is. Oh wow, Forecast to keep Senate. The Democrats, they went up a little bit. They have a 19% chance. This is all according to 538.com. Democrats have a now 20% chance to keep the House, up from like 15%.
Oh, somebody send me a text message. Let me see who that is.
Right.
Probably somebody who wants in.
Looking for the House forecast. So everybody understands. Democrats have an 87.9% chance to take the House.
Okay. He doesn't care about the people. He is a corporate shill for the most part. So I'm guessing that's in response to Cory Booker.
Yeah, I think Cory Booker's a corporate shill. Yeah. No doubt about it.
So I don't know. Maybe M can explain why he like. But that's the thing. Like I don't really see like we just said like Mayor Cuomo was the one that we were talking about earlier. For this he stopped stop and frisk.
De Blasio.
I'm sorry, De Blasio. So, like, he doesn't have any, like, or does he have something to his name to say that he's doing that? So, if he doesn't, then I don't see why even run on that ticket if you're not going to do nothing. Or maybe it's just, let me just be Democrat in name only and just kind of follow the momentum of just claiming I'm, socially progressive and shit. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. It's funny because New York has a very weird history, especially with conservative Republicans. Because don't forget, Giuliani was mayor here for 2 terms. Then Bloomberg was beating all the it was beating all the Democrats here in New York for his 3 terms. He had 2 terms. Then they passed a city charter, which is more or less our constitution, to term limit the mayor out, and then he went and through an act of the city legislature, reverse that ordinance. So he became mayor for a 3rd term, and would have ran for a 4th term if he wanted to. He had like total control of city government. What? What can you say?
530. Yeah. Xavier, I think this is. You said this website is 538, isn't it?
Oh, this one. No, I did 538.
Okay.
No, hold on. I'll put it over in the other, so we can be sane. Hold on.
The Democrats gained 2 seats. Republicans lost 2 seats. What's going on over there on the Pacific Coast?
So here's the forecast for the House seats. Democrats have an 87.9% chance of winning it. And he's predicting the Democrats plus 39. So we'll see. We'll see how it all turns out. And he's predicting. Let's see what he's predicting for the House seat. Not the House. Let's see what he's predicting for the Senate. Yeah, that he's actually saying that the Republicans should gain about 3 to 4 seats. This was a bad year for Democrats, though. They were defending 26 out of the 35 seats up. You see right here? So it was, what could you do? The majority of seats up for election are Democratic seats.
Right.
But next term, it's going to be the Republicans, so they're going to have a lot more. But yeah, they were in trouble.
Looks like they got the Senate on lock. They got it on lock.
Yeah, these people have all the statistics in here. How the forecasting works. Ooh. Let's see if there's been any changes to the maps over here on New York Times live feed. Yeah, so I think the blue wave is starting to crash and burn, man.
Oh well, that's okay. That's all right. Maybe to have some better candidates that'll crop up then.
I'm turn. Well, first, let's start with the governor's race. The governor's race we've been looking at is the Florida's governor's race.
Yeah.
And that right now, Andrew Gillum is down by about 100,000, almost 100,000 votes. So, yeah, 50 to 48.8. And how much is 94% of the vote in? So 6% of the vote out. Can he make up 100,000 votes? That's a lot of votes.
He was close.
Let's see. What his vote count is. No, that's a lot of votes still, but most of it is in. You got Miami, Broward County needs to come in still. Miami-Dade. And these blue counties, that's done. Got some more votes out here. Well, most of the vote that's out, though, happens to be in very blue counties. So that seems a little good. Let me see if these counties.
Oh, gonna be rough. Yeah, so you're gonna make up that 100,000. That's gonna be rough.
I'm making up 100,000 votes. It seems like he's another black man lost it. Got some more votes in his home county over here, but yeah, this is got some votes in this county too.
Tallahassee.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like my man Andrew Gillum. He ain't gonna be making it.
Not this year.
He tried. Let's see what's going on in Georgia. 34% of the vote is in now, and that's
Stacey Abrams over there.
Yeah, and it got a lot closer. A lot closer. Let's see. Atlanta area, you see that's coming in big for homegirl right now.
Down about 200,000. But it's only 34%, so they
still early.
Yeah, they still got used to counting.
Look at Atlanta. Atlanta, you got they said the initial results. So we talking about 1 out of some counties. This is 15 out of 36 counties over here. 43 out of 157 counties. So yeah, so you got a lot of vote to come in. A lot of vote.
Somebody's saying check Highlands County, in Florida.
Highlands County in Florida.
Yeah. See what color.
For what? For
see if it's red.
For Senate. I do not know where Highland County is at. Is it north? Is it south? Talk to us.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat.
I just see Hernando County. And you said Highland County?
Highlands County.
Well, there's only a few blue ones, so it ain't one of these blue ones. So it's got to be red.
Yeah, it's probably red.
Yeah, because there's very few blue ones, and it's none of the blue, so it's got to be a red county. See, question answered by deductive logic. Boom.
Center. It was red. Yeah, it's red.
It's got to be red. Oh, so these are all the governor's races, but still, Andrew going. Take a quick look back at the Senate. How's the Senate looking? Damn, Democrats lost seat.
Hook.
Look at it, lost 1 seat. And that's this seat in Indiana. I don't know about some people can see this. This Indiana seat, that's a loss. That's a huge loss, too. But they're still holding serve with everything else. They were trying to flip this. Oh, actually, they may lose this seat. This is looking like a loss right now. They still got the vote they got to come in. And look at Ted Cruz taking the lead over Beto O'Rourke.
Uh-oh. Yes, you know what? I would have hoped that he win. I said maybe not this time. I don't think this time.
Let's see how it's looking.
But it's only 9%. Jeez, only 9? Only 9%.
Well, right now,
it's a lot of
it's
Texas.
really filling in right now. But these are very little precincts, though. See these are baby precincts right here.
Oh yeah.
So that's all going red though, but that's really no money. The money is like in these big joints right here.
Yeah, especially you start getting toward Houston, Austin area. Like you already know Austin's gonna be blue. Dallas partially blue. Houston somewhat blue. But
and look at this, 1 out of 159 precincts reporting in Travis County. It's all blue. Yeah. 1 out of 60. Yeah. So this is just starting over here.
And there's more coyotes live out there than people.
Yeah, you got a lot more vote out here. This is going to be an all-nighter in Texas.
But that's where so you see up there where it's like Fort Worth. So look, you see where it says Dallas and Fort Worth next to each other?
Yeah.
That's one of the 3 big hubs for population in Texas. Now the red is Tommy Hall and the blue is 13 Heathens, basically. I'm not even joking. That's where they live. Like Tommy's in Fort Worth and fucking Shadow is in Dallas, more or less. So
Wow.
that shows you the split. Like it is right there,
Yeah,
touching each other.
right next to each other. Mm. Well, I don't say this, you know.
All right, I don't have to worry about Louisiana. I already know what's going on there.
Yeah. That's going to be red for sure.
Shit. You're trying to figure out whether they want to keep lynching or not.
Mm-hmm. Jesus Lord, you writing comments? I got to go look at a comment now? Yeah, I wrote a comment.
Yeah, he was writing something earlier.
Let me see what comment you wrote.
Well, I went on the account. Well, I went under my own account, but I saw him. He was saying vote for life or something like that. And I was like, I was gonna write something snarky, but I said, you know, if you're gonna make sure that that life is born and is cared for, is proper education, so to be a productive member of society. Paraphrasing myself, but you know, then sure. But if you're not gonna ensure that shit, well, just making sure it's born and then it could die on the edge of the road. Well, that's whatever. Like that. That's not responsible to me. And I'm pretty sure that same type of irresponsible thinking is what got him to where he is in life. So, I ain't about that. Ain't about that life.
That's true. Oh, hold on 1 second.
Let's see. Maryland's all blue. Look at that. For a backward ass place, man, it's all blue.
Well, that's just in this map. What map is this we even looking at anyway? This is the Senate map. Yeah. But you expect all up here to be blue. And all down here. This Ohio blue is good though.
Ohio blue?
Mm-hmm. But that's just in the Senate.
Oh, what's the House look like?
Hold on, I'm going back to the governor's races real quick. Governor's race, Andrew Gillum, he's done. This has got a lot closer. This was a blowout earlier. Now it's getting a little closer. Great guy, but got some nice little blue going on in here though. Kansas, Colorado, and New Mexico. This Kansas one's a little shocking. That's a ruby red state. They was looking to redefine what's it called? They were looking to redefine science in Kansas at one point, so they could teach creationism.
Word.
Yeah.
Really
this is
good.
a shocker right here. Massachusetts is blue, is red. Well, something must be going on there. And this one's too close to call. Damn. Democrats are in trouble again. Let's look at the House.
Is that Massachusetts?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Oh, that's pretty damn close. Who was that? Oh shit! I'm still behind. Uh-oh. Yeah.
Democrats gained 2 seats, and here it is. But again, it's coming in right now. I like this categorical map because, for instance, Montana. You see, it only has 1 seat, but if you look at it on the map, it looks so huge. But really, it only has 1 seat. So this does it where it gives you. It tells about states by seats. So
there we go. A little bit more informative.
Oh, California. This Texas stuff is looking interesting now. Got a lot of blue in Texas right now.
Yeah, man.
Look at Illinois. There's a lot of blue too. And it's a blue leaning. All these blue leanings is blue leanings. If this just holds up, Democrats gonna have a good night in the House. Got a lot of blue leaning.
Illinois, yeah. Let's see.
Look how many votes California has. 55 seats. It's crazy. Texas is number 2. Texas has a whole bunch of seats too.
Yeah, got a lot of land, man.
What is it? 34 seats.
Is it? Probably actually. I wonder. I think it's went up, because I moved here. So I think you know, overall the number of seats in the House increased.
Does it? How many does California have? 55 or something like that? Let's see.
Seats. I'm using my Google machine.
Representation. Seats. That's what I'm typing there. Oh my God. I should have typed in the word apportionment, but
53.
And Texas has what, 36?
California has 53. Texas has
36. This is number 2.
Yeah.
And New York is tied with Florida, 27.
It's a lot of land. Actually, it's funny. We're going over that in U.S. history now. It's like, man, I'm learning a whole bunch of shit that I don't remember learning the first time I took this fucking course, for almost a decade ago. I'm like, where was all this information? This is shit you kind of need to know. But I'm glad. I am glad that I had the opportunity. Ayanna Pressley wins, becoming Massachusetts' first black congresswoman.
Mm.
Mm.
Let me see what's going on here. Hold on. Let's get back to the map. Let's get back to the map.
What we got going on?
Nothing. This is gonna be one of those long nights where you gotta sit at this map all night.
Why can't people count? It's not hard. After you get past 10, just keep repeating the same shit, pretty much. Come on.
Ted Cruz is up though, and he's growing a little lead now too.
Yeah, but only 9% of this entire state's reporting in, or what is
12% is in now. 12% is in now.
Oh shit, man!
It's creeping up.
Like, come on!
It's still got a lot of ruby red states.
Here.
These rural places got a lot of votes gotta come in.
But it's like they're gonna be neck and neck all night. Like, I'm gonna just wake up and be like, oh, somebody finally done counting.
Yeah, it's gonna be an all nighter. That's definitely gonna be an all nighter.
Either you're gonna wake up to a Beto, Texas, or you're gonna wake up to the serial killer.
I'm trying to see what Fox News is saying about this. Fox News is they probably smiling it up. But it seemed like that hate mongering shit worked for the president.
Yeah, it depends, man. It depends on who you want shit to resonate with.
Somebody says it's the Russians.
They don't need to interfere now.
It's true. The guy won.
Russian bots. So you want to win? Buy you some bots.
Mm-hmm. Shit.
There was a gunman at one of the polling places in Florida.
What?
Yeah, man. He was at supposedly and this is the title: Gunman shuts down polling place at Democratic-dominated Florida city. It was in Palm Bay, Florida.
No, wow. That's scary.
It was an 80-year-old man.
Oh. No, but still, that's a little scary.
Yeah, it is crazy. All right, come on. This is why we can't have nice things.
You know, it's funny. I'm watching EA. I'm on Facebook, and I'm looking at EA. Troll Steve. Steve writes, saying evolutionary theory doesn't explain abiogenesis is like saying that the Big Bang Theory doesn't explain gravity. And then he puts, well, actually, the Big Bang does not explain gravity at all. Just as evolution doesn't explain the origin of life at all. But it's a good opinion anyway.
Bro. I just... Oh, Lord.
Yeah, what is this running joke about nuke school? And Steve, did he not go to nuke school?
He keeps fucking mentioning it every 5 goddamn minutes.
Oh.
Like, it just listen to literally anything that he talks about. He'll just randomly, someone say, oh yeah, if someone is brought on and they'll say, yeah, I went to this school and obtained this degree, and then I went to the master's program and yada yada. He's oh yeah, I went to new school. It's just like, okay, and so, but yeah, that's the joke.
Now I get it. So we got some polls closing.
People know how to count in other states. Can we get those people who know how to count to come to Texas so we can get stuff counted?
Let's see. It's either going to be a Democratic nightmare.
It's not looking
All right,
good.
Mitt Romney won Utah. That's not a surprise.
Mitt Romney.
Yeah.
Who was he up against?
That's exactly why he won.
I just thought about that. I was like, people like, you don't have to like Mitt Romney from the presidential elections, but people, from what I understand, people like Mitt Romney. Like he is a charismatic guy. You know, I don't have to agree with any of his policies. I don't have to kiss his ass, but you know, he is one of those likable guys, and he did come up with the Affordable Care Act. So I got to give him credit where credit's due.
That's true. Yeah,
Fun fact.
True.
You'd be amazed how many people don't know that he came up with it.
Yeah, I'm talking most people didn't know that. That's interesting.
It said Kemp charged the Democratic Party of his state with election tampering because they found a hole in the security and reported it to his office. Yeah, people don't. Even though you may not like certain political folks, I have a deep appreciation for my former governor, because right now I think we got Greg Abbott. But shit, I forgot his name that quick. Jesus, he was right. He preceded Abbott in Texas. Somebody help me. Jesus, he came right after Bush. Holy shit, I'm blanking on his name. It is late. I've been drinking wine too, folks.
You're talking about the guy that Trump appointed, Rick Perry?
Rick Perry. Thank you. Jesus, that was bad. Okay, yes. Rick Perry was actually a pretty good goddamn governor. He, believe it or not, did not like the fact that people were being jailed and kept for like stupid shit. Like basically, if you were indigent and you're just being cycled through the system for silly shit like the little registration sticker and little stuff like that, that disrupts your entire life. You know, you put in jail, you're not already making a lot of money, and that tag then becomes a whole big issue of then you lose your job, then you really can't pay for anything, and then so he gave a really impassioned speech about that, and about he was working with different institutions, state institutions as far as universities, to actually lower the cost of higher education. So people may not like him because he's supporting the head of his party, but he's actually done some good shit, stuff that I agree with, and it helps to not really pigeonhole folks too much just because they are in a political party. Remember, keeping the perspective, they're part of a political party, not a faction, because being a part of a faction has a whole different type of stigma and just nastiness that a political party is not supposed to have. I say not supposed to because it seems like we're getting back to the whole factions thing, unfortunately.
Makes me think of that. What's that movie, The Hunger Games?
Yeah, right. You got to fight for your district.
What's our faction? Democrats picked up 2 more governor's races. Kansas and CNN projecting. So it's over in Florida. It's over in Florida. It's about 80,000 votes, but
yeah, he wouldn't
over.
make that up. 99%
of the vote. I think CNN just is too ashamed to call it, but it's over.
Man, as soon as I see my man was at like 100,000 loss, no, just stop. Just say, you know what, good game, hacks, whatever, GG. He had a good race.
Brian Kemp, 65% of the vote in. Georgia's up heavy.
How's that girl Stacey Adams looking?
65% of the vote in. She down by like 10 points.
10 points? That's not too bad. Is Texas at 15% now? Maybe.
Let's check. Texas Senate. They have them at 14%.
Jesus. Can we get some people who can count to come to Texas, please?
He's still growing that lead, though. Still growing that lead. Even though Beto is a very, very good campaign as well. But
he does, but man, if he flips this state, I'd be surprised. I'm genuinely going to be surprised.
Well, he's making it competitive, so you got to give him that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, he's made strides where people wouldn't have been able to make a dent in the last 10 years. So you can't say that it's all been for naught, because he's going to set a precedent now that in the future, if he doesn't win in the very near future, it will flip.
Yeah. And the country's getting more democratic anyway, though.
You think?
Yeah, for sure. Think about this: the past 2, 4, 6. The last time in the past 2, 4, 6, 7, the past 7 presidential elections, the Republicans have only won the popular vote one time. And Donald Trump just lost by 3 million votes. He lost the popular vote by 3 million votes. That lead, or that chasm, is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. The country's just turning more liberal. You can't. It's just unavoidable. For right now, the only thing that's keeping the Republicans kind of in power is the system.
I was going to say, I mean, if that's true, then why aren't we seeing more? Why aren't we seeing more of the blue wave then?
Republicans, I think, have done a couple of things that were very, very impressive. The first thing they did, redistricting. They like 10 years ago, they jumped on micro redistricting, where they redistrict, toward the house, toward the street. We want this voter for this person to go here, and like they got micro voting. They got really technical with their redistricting to make sure they kept themselves in power for the next 10 years. Beautiful strategy. They focused on the House and local elections, the local governor's races, and on those ruby red states, they know that they shape the districts for Congress, and then they gerrymander it. So now you dilute the vote, and if you have enough Democratic vote, or you compact it all into one district, and spread your votes out to give you more control. And the Republicans did a beautiful job about that. That's why. But the thing is that that effect doesn't work for presidential elections. That effect doesn't work for presidential elections, because if you just do the popular vote, that's just everybody casting one vote, and that's why. And it's just been growing and growing and growing. And I think now it's going to get to the point where eventually these red states are going to start turning blue. Texas is going to start turning blue, because you're just going to have more immigrant families. Florida's turning blue. The population is turning more to minority population than to the Anglo-white population. So it's eventually going to happen.
There's a joke that Florida is where old white people go to die. So are you saying that's going to change?
No, they'll probably still. I'm probably going to go there to die. But what I am saying is changing is just the demographics of the country is changing from what it was before, very conservative, white population, to now center-left, more minority population. And you see all that blue starting to pop up. That's the reason why Beto O'Rourke can even be competitive in Texas now, even though, it's a ruby red state. That's why you can see Doug Jones winning in Alabama. That's why, this you just can't stop. People, younger voters are just going to, are just more liberal, and all that stuff pumping into the system. It's inevitable. This is the death throes of I think a party that's not going to survive maybe the next 20 years, because the demographics are just changing on them.
So we're not going to see like the implosion of the Republican Party. Ultimately, they just start redefining themselves into more socially center rather than far right position. Away from the Tea Party, and more towards, okay, we're not, when we say as Republicans we want, and I'm speaking for Republicans, that we don't want the government in our lives. We want the government to not tell people, they can't smoke this particular substance. We want it to be regulated somewhat, very loosely, by the states, not the federal government. We don't want the federal government to tell two consenting adults that they can't get married. We want to encourage local businesses. We want to reduce government waste. That type of Republican, I think, would kind of crop up and be very, very popular once this hypothetical situation happens. And I think they'll be pretty powerful too, especially among people who are really into independence and living, that proverbial American dream.
Well, I think they're going to have to change tactics, because the tactics now are kind of twofold. It's number one, avoidance of the vote. Let's suppress the vote. Let's voter ID laws. Let's do whatever we can. It's more, the argument now is not more policy but more technical. Let's make it harder for people to vote. Let's do this. Let's do that. Because, like I keep saying, the majority of black African Americans in the United States are conservatives, but they vote progressive Democrats because they think the Republican Party are racist. That's just the way it is. And the Republican Party, the Trump era has pushed them so far to the right, so far to the right, so far to the extreme, where Trump is saying that he's a nationalist now, that I fear that they've submitted their point, because the demographics of the people who are voting for them is just changing. They're just losing voters every year. And that's just, you can't argue with the numbers. That's the reason why in the past 7 presidential elections, that's four times, it's 28 years, they've only won the popular vote 1 time. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is, man. But
matter of fact, even though they have the House, more people casted votes for Democrats than Republicans. It's just the fact of where they're at. And you can't hide from the demographics for all. They're coming for you eventually.
Well, that stands to say, then why wouldn't many of them try to court minority voters? And if they know that that's where a lot of these new votes are coming from, rather than maybe fearmonger or suppress the vote, why not say, well, let's try to see what we can do to siphon away some of their, some of these votes for our party?
Well, I think it's because of the Beto's getting really hammered now. I think it's just you're trying to. I think the Republicans are trying to hold on to what you got now, because it's a twofold strategy. We need to keep what we got, and we need to get new stuff moving forward. Trump gave them new stuff. It gave them Michigan. It gave him Ohio. It gave them Florida. Trump gave them a lot, but Trump pushed them farther to the right. And now, this election, when Democrats take back the House eventually, it's just going to all start winding down, that's why the Democrats are just sitting back. They're not really doing anything. Like if I ask you what's their message is we're going to keep pre-existing conditions. That's it. No, we want that, and whatever President Trump wants, we don't want. Like, that's their whole message. But it's a message enough where I think the Democrats have just sat back and said, hey, we're not Trump guys. So it's either you vote for Trump or you vote for somebody who's not Trump. And I think that's a bad message to have. I think they have to have some ideas. This is what we want. And I think they do have ideas, but it just hasn't come out in this cycle.
So are they fearing to, I guess, come to the forefront with efforts and then looking like they failed, or just, they'd rather appear stagnant than failures?
Well, I think in the consciousness of politicians, the number one thing that you do is, if you think the other guy's falling off a cliff, you don't push him, you let him fall. You know what I mean? Don't get your hands dirty unless you need to. And I think they see Trump as an objective disaster. You know what I'm saying? And just
Well,
let him
sure.
fall off the fucking cliff.
But people assume that while the election was happening, when he was up against Hillary, it was a shoe-in for quite a few people who said, "Well, there's no way that this buffoon, could get elected. There's no way. We'll watch him just self-destruct." And he ended up winning. So, is that really an effective strategy?
Oh no, I don't think it is. That's why I think she lost. That's why I think the Democrats lost. Because you have to couple it. You have to give people a reason to vote for you, not just to not vote for the other guy. Because not voting for the other guy doesn't mean they're going to vote for you. You want to have. That's why you have to have a dual layer approach. There's many elections where you're like, I'm not voting for that guy, and I'm not going to vote for that guy. I'm just not going to vote. And the Democrats, that's what they had.
Yeah, it seemed really lazy to me, looking at it. And
Like, what was Hillary Clinton's campaign slogan?
I wish I could tell you.
Exactly. But we all know Trump's, right?
Make America Great Again.
Yeah, and it's funny because even though she hasn't been out of the thing, I knew his. I didn't even know hers until like super late in the election. I was like, oh, I'm with her. That's her thing. I'm like, that shit is so corny. I want to make America great again.
Oh, so I'm looking it up, and it was Reform, Prosperity, Peace. Oh no, I'm sorry, no, that wasn't. The list of. Oh, there's a list of them. Oh shit, there's a whole Wikipedia page.
This is the reason why Hillary Clinton's not president, people. Trump had one slogan: "We're gonna make America great again." Deal with it.
She had a few. I'm with her. Stronger together. When they go low, we go high. Love Trump's hate. Fighting for us. For it together. Hillary for America.
That's the problem. You need one. And you need to hit it hard. 80% of Texas is in. Beto's down by 2.5 points.
How much of Texas is in?
80%.
80. Oh wow, that was a jump. We got some math literate folks.
Look at this.
Nice. I'm sorry. I have my camera off, folks, because I'm eating pecan pie, and I want you to see me make love to this piece of pie. Make my wife jealous.
Yeah, something's wrong with this thing. This New York Times thing has only got 23%. Arizona would be a nice picker for the Democrats if they can get it. And Nevada's going to be interesting. Arizona, though, I would vote. Even if I was there, I would vote for the Republican because I respect John McCain so much.
Yeah.
Like, I would cast that vote in memory of John McCain.
You know what? The moment that I knew I really respected him is I don't know if you remember when he was running against Obama and there's a lady I think that had the microphone and she started doing the whole birther thing, he's a Muslim, and he took the mic away from her and said, no, we're not doing that here. We're not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not doing that. He's a wonderful man, he's a respected father, and that took a lot of courage, that took integrity, and that showed me that he wants the race not to be about besmirching his character, but to say that I don't agree with his policies. And that to me was worth tons and tons of respect, because it's sad, but he could have possibly beat him using those tactics.
Yeah.
Trump used those exact tactics to win, and that just proves to me that I would much rather, 10 times rather, see McCain as president on even his corpse over Trump.
Yeah. Wow. Democrats gained 11 seats.
Really?
Oh, shit. Let's look. Now look at all these. Oh, look at Indiana. All that red. Texas has got a lot of blue in it, too. Shit.
What's that now? That's not Galveston, is it?
Well, these are the ones that's changed. You see these dark ones?
Mm-hmm.
That changed. See if anything else changed. It's Minnesota's conditional districts. Look at all these Pennsylvania ones that changed. Wow. This one went blue. This one went red.
What county is Scranton in? I'm actually curious.
This one changed in
Scranton,
New Jersey.
PA.
They lost 2 in Florida too.
What?
This Utah one changed too. Yeah, they're in trouble. Because you know it's going to be subpoena hell if President Trump gets there. I mean, if the Democrats get in, they're going to be going after everything. Their first word, it's funny, Nancy Pelosi's first words was tax returns. They're like, you ain't even win yet. She's like, oh, tax returns. I want to see tax returns.
Like, come on, man. Come on.
Yeah. She want tax returns.
What is she doing? I don't. I know she exists. I know she's a person.
Who?
But Nancy Pelosi, she used to be a speaker at one point.
Yeah, she's the minority leader.
She's a minority leader now. Okay. Because I forgot her role in our grander scheme of things in politics.
Andrew Gillum's down big, man.
Yeah, I mean, he's more than 100,000.
Yeah, but 98% reporting.
Oh yeah, he's done. He's done.
Yeah.
Good game, my man. Good game. Good game. He should have had hot sauce in his pocket.
The racist one. Cotton picking. You cotton picking.
Shit. You should have known I wasn't gonna win him today, though. I saw that video. I'm like, man, are you doing this campaigning for him?
Yeah.
You must forgot where you at, man.
It's gonna be interesting. Let me see what Fox News is saying. Let's see what Fox News is saying. Hold on before I change the Fox News. I don't want to hear P and Pornhub pop up. Pornhub.
See, and that's why you gotta go and switch to the what you call them, the
incognito
window.
Incognito.
That's how you gotta do it. But you get fucked up. Don't do it on a console because a console has a predictive text up there, so the predictive text will fuck you up too. I heard from a dude that happens, so I'll pass that along to folks.
Nah, man, that's my computer. If you hit P, you get whatever pops up. I'm not gonna give up my convenience for nobody. I want to see it.
New York Times.
I think Beto's trying to make a presidential run too. Somebody just put that in the chat.
For real?
Yeah, I think
he is?
He's gonna make a run.
I don't think he's about that life. I don't know about that. Who said that? Probably Xavier said. Let me check the chat. Did Xavier say that? He's not even chatting anymore.
What's going on? Yeah, did you ever hear about the Van Jones scandal?
Van Jones? I heard something about Van Jones. I don't remember what it was, but that name sounds familiar.
Van Jones? Oh, you don't know who Van Jones is?
I'm drawing a blank. That name sounds real familiar, but
he's one of these liberal commentators on CNN.
Van Jones.
CNN got a prediction coming up.
Oh, I seen this cat. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know who this is now. Yeah.
Oh, Heidi Heitkamp Democrats lost another seat.
Resigns amid controversy. Freedom announcement. Green job czar Van Jones resigned after fierce criticism from Republicans about some of his statements and associations prior to joining administration.
It's funny. Ocasio-Cortez easily won her race, like no problems.
Well, hold on. Jones
She's a cutie too.
Oh, he was a 9/11 conspiracy theorist. And and for calling Republicans assholes in a video before he was appointed to the administration. He had also begun using him to escalate criticism, appointment czars. Oh, they're comparing him to Jeremiah Wright.
God damn America. I don't know. It's funny because I don't know why. I don't know. Sometimes I just don't understand these pastors. God damn America. I was like, why would he say something like that? Does he not like the country? What's up?
Just
no freedom of speech, but god damn.
They get passionate, man. People get like enthralled by that kind of shit. Now, I've seen, man, look. Oh shit! Jared Polis wins Colorado, making him the first openly gay man elected governor. Okay.
Yeah, openly gay man. Oh wow.
Okay. Free dicks for everybody. But,
swig him if she got him, right?
Right, man. But shit. I was like, I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, no, like I've been in a lot of.
That's what happens when you're thinking about all that dick. I'm telling you. Fucks up your mental.
Yes. Like I've been in all kind of, around all kind of pulpits, and man, they go off on a whole political spiel. I'm like, I could have sworn we were supposed to be hearing about Job today. Maybe were we supposed to be reading from the book of Peter? No, we talking about that dude that I keep hearing about on the news. Okay, all right. So, yeah, man, they'll do that shit. If they feel like they got a captive audience, so why not? It's something off their chest.
That's true. Look at these New York. One is uncontested. Democrat wins by like 94% of the vote.
Hakeem Jeffries. Let me. Is that in the Harlem district?
That's Brooklyn.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
94% of the vote though. 88% of the vote. All Democrats. 93% of the vote.
Hakeem Jeffries. Let me look my man's up.
It's like I wouldn't even put my name on a ballot if I was a Republican. It's like, come on. 86. This is like embarrassing right now.
Might as well try.
Let me see. Oh, look at Alexander Andreo-Cortez. 78%. Easy win. Hakeem Jeffries. You like Hakeem Jeffries?
I look like him?
I said you like Hakeem Jeffries.
I was just looking up his name. I was like, my man's Hakeem.
That's right.
Democratic.
CNN, Republicans keep control of the Senate. CNN projects.
Oh shit, he went to NYU. Law school.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
I didn't ever pick up a seat.
Man, you can't say Blue Wave Rising and you are the incumbent, man. That don't count. I'm looking at Jeffrey's Twitter. They got his Twitter stuff up here.
They got Ted Cruz, projected winner.
Yeah, I told you. I don't think Texas is ready for that yet. Not yet.
He put up a good fight.
Yeah, it's close.
And they picked up 2 seats.
Yeah,
Democrats are just trying to keep a filibuster going on.
That's all they need.
Yeah, so that's. But as soon as they get 50, only now you need a filibuster. But you really can't stop anything because now you can appoint all the judges you want. You can do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's the real thing. You can get the Senate's a more important house, especially when you got a president, because you can get all the appointments, all those judicial appointments, cabinet appointments. You get all that shit through.
Just run game on everybody.
Yeah, but you can't get any legislation passed. It's the problem without the House. So the House gives you something, but the Senate would be better if you had the Senate, because you can really stop the president with the Senate. No, we'll see. We still got a lot of time to go. Damn, what happened to Imp? Is he still on Facebook trolling this guy? Talking about, he said he was in the meeting. He's the one that suggested we do this too.
He's active. I see a little green thing. Did he forgot that we were doing this today?
I think he might have forgot. He's the one that suggested. He's like, yo,
we start having fun. Yeah, Yeah, Sabella saying, look, check out Duval County. You know it's red, Sabella. You know it's red. Come on, you know it's red, Sabella. Don't even trip. You know, Beto put up a good fight. Zodiac is gonna have a rough ass time.
Yeah.
Next time around, though, I think next time it's gonna be his ass. So he's probably counting his blessings now.
Where is Duval? All right, so we got to zoom in on Duval County. Somebody keeps saying.
We need an area, Sabella.
Yeah, you got to tell us Duval County. Where is it at?
Oh, we got a message here. They will still have filibuster, but the corporate shills let the Republicans run roughshod over the Democrats when their positions were reversed. It's Monty.
I don't know. I still think the Democrats, having the House is big though. Having the House is big. Don't get me wrong. It's not. That's not a small thing. Because now you stop all legislation. Now you can really control the damage. But I think that the Senate
power is.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's because they confirm all the judges, and that's what you really want to stop. Because now, if the Supreme Court justice comes up, God forbid, the 94-year-old Ruth Bader Ginsburg dies, then what you going to do? They got the votes.
Yeah. Yep. But I mean, sometimes I wonder about some of the tactics that some of the good old blue side are using, especially when it came to Mr. Kavanaugh, because now that we know, that's in the playbook for everybody. We could just bring up any old person and say, "Oh yeah, I went to school with them. They took me in the bathroom and molested me for like 8 days straight." And you need to believe me because hey, look, I got the right equipment. So I mean, that's the downside of just putting shit out there like that. You set that precedent.
Right, we're going to Duval County. It's all blue. This is all right. Here's Duval County. All the precincts are in, and it was a squeaker for Bill Nelson. 50.8 to 49.2%. Excuse me. Bill Nelson won it, but it was a squeaker. That's Duval County. Yeah, there's not a lot of blue in there, but the thing is that but down here, if you look at the percentage of the population, like look at these numbers, 500,000, almost 700,000 votes between them, actually closer to 800,000. Here, another 600,000. Here, another about 600,000. So you're talking about a lot of population here. Where if you look at these counties up here, that's like 3,000 people. Where you're talking about 600,000 down here. So these are the population centers. So it seems like all the Democrats like to live together, and Republicans like a lot of land.
I don't know, man. I don't know if that's gonna be enough. So I'm like, I hear about that wave.
Well, the wave is over. The wave is done.
That wave crashed.
Yeah, that wave
it crashed hard.
It died hard. Yeah, that wave is done.
Like 50 feet before the shore, it crashed.
Yeah, the wave is over. But if they kick up the House, they can claim victory. They can definitely claim victory. You there, Drag?
Yep, I'm there. I had my stuff muted. So how many seats did they pick up in the House? Oh, so far.
12.
Oh wow. So what's the composition looking like right now so far?
Trying to see here. Looks like Democrats are going to win. So no Texas win either. Nah, Texas. Seems like we lost all the South. Texas, Florida's gone. But it seems like they are going to take the House of Representatives. They flipped enough seats. So it seems like the Democrats are going to have the House. Senate's going back to the Republicans, probably with a plus of 2, possibly 3 seats. So we're talking about a 53-47 House. Senate, or maybe even worse. But in 2 years, the Republicans are going to have a lot of seats up in 2 years. So we'll see what happens then. But right now,
they better show their shit then. But do you think people are going to be that attentive for the next 2 years? People are waiting for, Trump's era to be over. They're not too concerned with these midterm elections, but I think that the focus will be mostly on making sure, well, for a lot of folks, making sure we don't have a Trump 2.0.
Yeah, but this I think is going to scare a couple of people a lot, because number one, there's a lot of enthusiasm on the blue side, so it's good to get the House. But when you talk about a blue blade, you're thinking there's going to be a lot more action. You know what I'm saying? A lot more governor's races. Right now, they really just fought them to a draw. You know what I'm saying? And really just got back the House, which is good. But remember, with Obama lost both the House and the Senate. So Trump just losing the House, I think, is a win for him.
That's true. Oh, got a message for you. So Nate, the Senate was never in play because how many seats were already owned by Democrats?
Oh no, I definitely agree. Democrats are defending, like what? Out of the 35 seats that were up, Democrats were defending how many? 26 of those seats. So yeah, so they were in trouble. They were in trouble. So, and that's why you see, like, even here, it's just they were just defending too many seats. And now it's now this is looking bad for them for the Senate. But again, as long as really the Senate, though, if you don't have control, you just need 40 seats, and that's the filibuster. So as long as they have 40, if you go less under 40, then you got a problem, because you can't do nothing except just take it. And that's how the House of Representatives works. It's just if you don't got the majority, you just take it. So Democrats didn't get control, but they still got the 40 seats necessary to stop whatever they need to stop.
It's always next time.
That's true.
It's always next time.
Well, hey, listen, I think it's about time for us to cut it, because I'm going to go to bed. I forgot I got to wake up early tomorrow. I got so much stuff to do for work.
So we got to sit back and make people take tests.
We got to take this loss. This was a big-time loss tonight. Blue wave. See, I got to stop. The polls fooled me twice. I was like, fool me once, shame on you, but you can't get fooled again. And I got fooled again. The polls fooled me.
I wouldn't trust it. I was like, no, not yet. Not yet.
I was screaming blue wave. I'm like, blue wave, blue wave.
Hey, I told Xavier, I was like, man, look, not now. I think I love Beto, but I don't think Texas is ready for him. I don't think Texas deserves him just yet. We gotta come a little further first. Just me.
You said you don't think Texas deserves him.
I don't think they deserve him. Not yet. He is the hero Texas needs.
Well, we will see. But listen, for all the fans out there, thanks for watching our election night coverage. It's going to be a long night. Sorry for poor Beto O'Rourke. He just, he couldn't make it happen. Ted Cruz wins Texas. Looks like Florida's going to go ruby red, both in the governor's race and the Senate race. It just doesn't look good for our friends in Florida. But in the governor's race, Democrats did pick up 2 seats, and the race in Georgia still looks a little far, but they're probably going to be calling this one soon with 61% of the vote counted in. Stacey Abrams is pretty far behind. Going and looking just to see how the urban areas are doing. Atlanta still has a lot more to go, so she's got some fight left, but they ain't really looking too good. There's a lot of blue coming inside there too, but we'll see how it all plays out. Hopefully by tomorrow morning we'll know.
Shall see.
All right. So, here's a flip for the Democrats. Democrats flipped 2 in the governor's mansion. But this is weird. They flipped 2 in the governor's. It's funny. If these governor's races mattered a little bit more, it'd be interesting. But, you know.
Not as much as the House and Senate.
And look, here goes so Andrew Gillum, he's done. Look at that. 99% of the vote in. 1 percentage point. He's not catching him. He's done. So we thought we might be able to get these two states, but just didn't work out at the end. I'm surprised Maryland got a Republican governor.
Yeah, that is odd. That is odd.
Yeah, and look at all this red for the governor's race up here. Red Vermont. That's strange. Look for the Senate, it's all blue up there. You see all that blue? All blue, all blue. But for the governor, it's all red. Interesting. And yeah, Taylor Swift, she ain't worth nothing. She ain't helped man out down here at all. She came out, that might have hurt him. Like, yo, Taylor Swift, she can tell us what to do. So
it might have, man.
Yeah,
you never know. Pretty sure we'll find. We'll find out.
Yeah, find out. I still like your music though. Your music is nice, but yeah, stay out of politics.
My wife's a fan, so I'll leave it at that.
Yo, for all you people watching, I want to thank you again, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. If you haven't subscribed by now, I don't know what the fuck you doing watching the show. You watching the show so long, you don't subscribe. Subscribe. I know Jesus is Lord is one of our top subscribers. You know he
loves us. I don't know why, but he does.
When he sees that notification go off, he gets the lube and he like, yo, I gotta just do this right now.
Oh man, he's gonna love our little project coming up though.
Oh,
I think we're going after one of his heroes.
That's good. That's gonna be interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be wild. I know a lot of people are gonna be shocked by it too. Yo, but well, let us get out of here, man. Yo, so to all the fans, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Good night, guys.